Hilik Bar is certainly one of those young leaders you're speaking about when the conversation turns to Israel's next generation and who will follow those who have remained on the center stage far too long. As Secretary General of the Labor Party and Deputy Speaker of Parliament, the Knesset, Bar showed a penchant for being at the epicenter of unfolding events. But Bar surprised many when he gave up his seat while on the ascent. Hilik Bar, welcome to the Media Line. The outsider looking in Israeli politics must be overwhelmed.
Absolutely.
Thinking you woke up the next day and there's no leader, and going back to elections and a huge amount of money that goes into it.
By the way, I just want more. It shows that all these legends that the right wing and Netanyahu is telling us that the whole people is, the Israel is going to the right and Netanyahu is unbeatable. The last elections shows that the blocs are pretty, they're about the same size and Netanyahu is not almighty.
You anticipated my question.
Yeah.
So how close? And what's going to really make that difference?
The difference is always in the center. There is, I believe that there is like 45 pure right wing, I mean from the moderate right wing to the extreme, and about 45 center left, but nothing will change them. And I think there is 25, 30 seats in the middle that voted for Kahlon, for Orly Levy, for Zehut, that once voted for the Labor and to Blue and White and to Yair Lapid, but also to Likud and Orly Levy and others. So the battle is not to convince the convinced already, but to convince those in the middle that wants to see a change and to prove them that Netanyahu is replaceable and everyone have a replacement and we can offer a better future for Israel, peace-wise and also economic-wise.
If you look at the international media, one would think that the Israelis are only voting for the right. Is that true?
Absolutely not.
Well, what would tomorrow's headline be?
Absolutely not. Again, if the Israelis are voting mainly right, Netanyahu wouldn't need to have another elections. Netanyahu's party, the big Netanyahu's party, got exactly the same seats as Blue and White, who composed mainly of center-left people. And then if you see the blocs, you see that without these 4 or 5 seats, that's it, of Lieberman, together with the ultra-Orthodox, that I cannot tag them as right-wingers from the beginning with, A lot of them have more leftist heart than right wing, trust me, in the Ashkenazi and in Shas. So I think that there is a 50-50 between right and left in Israel. I think that over the social issues we even have a huge majority over the right wing. The right wing is winning mainly because of security. And I think that if we will be able, by the way, and this is another huge mistake of the labor, if we will be able to prove the Israelis that peace equals security, and that we're able to bring a better future because of the peace process, you will see that the right wing losing a lot of its support.
Israel has always voted security at the end of the day. Is there really such a wide gap in terms of the different parties when it comes to issues of security for the state of Israel?
No, I think that the Labour Party were always better, by the way, in security than the right wing. A lot of right wingers is admitting on it. I don't think that Mr. Security Netanyahu is in the best situation right now. We have thousands of missiles on the south and sometimes on the center of Israel. We're not defeating the Hamas, a small terror organization with our amazing army and our amazing soldiers. So where is the security? It's a good question. You know what? I will ask you another question. Why 90 to 95% of the former chief of staff of the IDF, head of Shabak, head of Mossad, find themselves, when they're joining politics or even not, supporting the central left and not the right wing? It's very rare when you will see chief of staff joining to the right wing. Why? Because even the most expert security people will tell you what I just said a few minutes ago, that peace equals security. The best weapon, Felice, that Israel ever had against our worst enemy in our history, Egypt, wasn't a more sophisticated tank or F-16. It was the peace treaty. The peace treaty with Egypt killed Egypt as our enemy. And army people, generals understand it. And this is why what we need to prove to the Israeli people, the left in Israel is not less understanding in security than the right wing, maybe a little more, if not a lot more. And I'm pretty sure that if we'll be in power, you will feel a better security.
What drives Hilik Bar to remain optimistic despite the problems that we see internally in terms of elections and Israeli-Palestinian peace initiatives?
I joined the political life. I didn't dream to be a politician when I was a kid. I had other dreams. But I decided to join politics after the assassination of Yitzhak Rabin. It wasn't acceptable by me that a mission of an Israeli leader will be stopped by 3 bullets in the back. And I thought that it's important to understand that we're not living alone in the neighborhood and try to make good connections and good alliances with our neighbors, mainly with the Palestinians, which is the most immediate threat or enemy that we're having. And this is why I decided to dedicate my life to the solving of the Israeli-Palestinian issue. I'm doing it, I did it before I was a member of Knesset, during, and even now after. I was very honored to get an honorary doctorate from Georgia University for my efforts, and I will continue to do it. And I'm optimistic, Felice, because I know the Israelis, I know a lot of the Palestinians, and I know that there is no options. If we had another option, rather than the 2-state solution, a 1-state, a Palestinian state in Jordan, I would say, okay, let's play with it for a couple of more years. I know that at the end we will have to split to 2-state solution, and a strong Israeli state next to a demilitarized small Palestinian state that will never threaten Israel. It's the only option. Every other option is destructive, and I'm optimistic because I know that at the end, I hope not while we will have our back to the wall, but at the end, the Israelis, when they will see a true chance for peace, they will vote for the right leadership, and they will change the right-wing leadership, unless the right-wing leadership decide to do the right thing, like Menachem Begin, which was a huge leader, and to bring peace itself. But if it will not happen, we will replace it. If not now, again, in the future. I'm very optimistic. I know the Israeli people, and I know that they are people of peace and hope, and not darkness and despair.
Hilik Bar, as usual, thank you so much for joining me at the Media Line. And most important, wish you lots of luck with whatever decision you make moving forward.
Amen. Thank you, Felice.